Algebra 1, we are talking 8.6 before spring break, which is talking about zero product property. Okay, so the zero product property, as it says, is when two factors equal 0, at least one of them must be 0. Okay, so if you have A times B equals 0, then A equals 0, B equals 0, or maybe both. Okay, so since we don't know which one it is, we got to be solving both of them, okay, for 0. So in this case, if I have parentheses times parentheses equals 0, I got to set both of these separately equal to 0. So x minus 2 equals 0, 4x minus 1 equals 0. And then I go ahead and just solve both. So if it's minus 2, I add 2 to both sides, get x equals 2. If this is 4x minus 1, I always get rid of addition or subtraction first. So add 1. I get 4x equals 1, and then I divide by 4. And so 1 divided by 4 I can just keep as a fraction. So x equals 1/4. Okay, and that goes the same way for this second one. Instead of two parentheses, I've got something on the outside and the parentheses. So 3n equals 0. N plus 2 equals 0. So in this case, when I divide by 3, 0 divided by anything is 0. And then when I subtract 2, I get n equals negative 2. There's my two answers. Okay? So the steps to solving by factoring, we are going to be doing the same thing at the end that we just did. But sometimes it's not set equal to 0 yet. So the first step here is to set the equation equal to 0. So in this case, to set this equal to 0, I need to subtract off 40b to make that side 0. So it's going to be 8b squared minus 40b equals 0. Step 2, factor. So this is where I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's the GCF? So 8 and 40, I can divide both of those by 8. And then also both of those by b. So 8b goes to the outside, and then I divide. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. B squared divided by b leaves me 1b. Minus 40 divided by 8 is 5. B's cancel. Okay, so there we go. And so now we're to the same situation we were just in. Set each factor equal to 0 separately and solve. So 8b equals 0, b minus 5 equals 0, and I solve both. So b equals 0 for the first one. I add 5 to both sides. I get b equals 5 for the second one. And that's it. Now the last step here, write your answer in curly braces. You can write it in curly braces like this, but you don't have to do that. That's just another way to write an answer, okay? So let's go through some of these. So let's just look through the left side here. So number 1, these are already equal to 0, already factored, so x equals 0. X minus 32 equals 0. So that's x equals 0. And this one, add 32. X equals 32. All right, same thing on number 3. I've got two factors, so y minus 3 equals 0. Y plus 2 equals 0. Solve both. So this first one, add 3. Y equals 3. Second one, subtract 2. Y equals negative 2. And there we go. All right, so one more here. Two factors, 9b equals 0. 2b minus 8 equals 0. So I divide by 9. That's b equals 0. Here, I add 8 to both sides. I get 2b equals 8. Divide by 2, get b equals 4. There we go. So let's go to the back side here. looking at number 7. Actually, let's look at 8. So number 8's kind of odd because what happens is my GCF is 7. So when I have 7, I'm left with x plus 7 equals 0. So I do have two factors here, but here's the catch. 7 is not really a factor because there's no x. So 7 equals 0 doesn't really mean anything. So I can just kind of throw that out. X plus 7, however, equals 0. I can solve for that. So x equals negative 7. There we go. Okay? So when you have one x there, once you factor, there's only going to be one answer. Okay? So number 10, you notice there's x squared. So I can go 3x to both of these. 3x is the GCF. I divide. I get x plus 4 equals 0. So you notice there's two x's, so I should have two answers. Okay, so 3x equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0. Solve both. 0 divided by 3 is 0. Subtract 4. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. And there we go. Okay, those are factored already though. Or sorry, set equal to 0 already though. So when you get down here, I think I'm going to do the first two with you and then leave the last two to you. So number 11 is not equal to 0 yet. So I need to subtract off whatever that is to make it 0. So I get c squared minus 3c equals 0. And then now I can go ahead and factor. So I've got c is my GCF to bring out of the parentheses. I'm left with c minus 3 equals 0. So there's my two factors. C equals 0. C minus 3 equals 0. I add 3, get c by itself. I get c equals 3. There we go. However, when we look at number 12, it's a little different. Number 12, still not equal to 0, so I need to add 10x. But when I add 10x to the other side, it actually has the like term. So I get x squared, and then these two combine to make 15x equals 0. And so, just like we just did, I need the GCF. So x is my GCF there. I get x plus 15 left over. And so, there's my two factors. X equals 0, x plus 15 equals 0. X equals 0 is already there. I subtract 15, get x equals negative 15. Okay? And that's the zero product property. Okay? So your homework is to do the rest of the back page, 7, 9, 13, and 14. Okay? So, that's it. Have a good spring break, and I will be seeing you when you get back on Monday after spring break. Peace!